This week, we're reviewing Ernest Scared Stupid, which was directed by John Cherry and stars Jim Varney as the titular character, Ernest P. Worrell. This was the fifth movie with Ernest in it, the fourth Ernest film, and the final of the Touchstone Pictures four-movie deal.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is probably the biggest budget of all the Ernest movies, and it didn't do great in theaters. It was kind of a bomb. It's become a cult film. I think millennials love this movie.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I mean, everybody remembers seeing it at Blockbuster on the wall, you know, his dumb face popping out of a pumpkin.
The next film in the series would be Ernest Rides Again, which was released in November 1993, and that would be the final Ernest film to be released theatrically.
But it's not a Touchstone picture.
No, not a Touchstone picture. That one must have been made independently. And then the rest of them are all straight to video, and I think the quality really goes downhill. But it's the same creative team. It's John Cherry, the guy who created Ernest, and you know, at the marketing agency in Nashville, and Jim Varney. What makes this movie kind of unique are the troll effects. The troll in this film is a little bit scary for a kid's movie. And the effects are very well done. The troll effects were designed by the Kyoto brothers, and some of their designs were reused from their film Killer Clowns from Outer Space. The spinning death animation of the trolls is also reused from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Well, you know, you figure out those effects, and you might as well replicate them.
Yeah, all right, did it once, might as well sell it to somebody else.
I heard a rumor, and I think it's been disproven, that the actual costumes were just repainted Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Or pieces or something. I could see that. I'm sure that happens all the time where people recycle latex and shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the old molds, or again, even if you just knew how to make it, you've done the research on the first one, and now you can just blast out 14 more trolls or however many you need.
Yeah, well, the key troll looks excellent, and the effects are very well done, but the army of trolls looks like shit.
He's the hero troll. You're gonna put all your money into
we can't make
fodder.
two animatronic trolls.
No. Everybody else doesn't have a mouth that works.
Yeah.
Doesn't have eyes that blink. Yeah.
So, you know, you kind of see the seams on the army of trolls, but the key troll, Trantor, looks fucking great.
Looks great.
Director John Cherry later admitted that he made Trantor the Troll too frightening for a family film, which he believed negatively impacted the movie's box office performance.
Right.
Which I could see. This troll is kind of terrifying. It looks like it's got like two big dick noses.
Yeah, that are constantly pouring boogers. Oh my god, dude, so many boogers in this movie. That was the real scary part. Like, a troll, yeah, he's scary, but
he's a very snotty troll.
Coming to touch you, god, he's covered in mucus. In fact, this was a point of contention with Disney, because they were like, hey,
too much mucus?
Make him less boogery. And he was like, he's got to have the boogers to be scary.
Yeah, they were like, this is way too much mucus, guys. This looks like something that would happen in the back office.
Yeah. Slimy troll face, yeah.
Despite the scary troll, this movie is lit like a kid's film. It feels like a little too bright at times to be scary.
Sure.
Which might just have to do with shooting on film back in the day. You're leaning towards more light than less because you don't want to get something that's too dramatic.
Right, sure.
But it looks very much like a kid's movie.
Yeah, it even it feels cinematically like a children's film, even made for TV, even though it's you know, the last Ernest movie to be shot in like 1.85 to you know, it's a wider.
I'm sure it had a decent
format.
budget, but I mean, John Cherry's not exactly Martin Scorsese. He's a dude who fucking made milk commercials for like 10 years before he made movies.
Did he?
I think we've already talked about the origins of Ernest on the show, so I'm not going to go back into that again.
So if you want to hear more on it, watch our other Ernest podcast.
Do you recommend this movie? What is your rating?
I wanted to like it, I think, more than I actually liked it. I think I would, it gets a passing grade. It gets 3 stars because it has nostalgia. It had Jim Varney making crazy faces again. The story makes sense for the most part. There's definitely a lot of plot holes and weird crap, but it for a kid's movie, it worked. And so I think because it is a kid's movie, I can't rate it higher than a 3 because that's about where it hits.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
me.
I think you can give it a 3 just for Jim Varney, so it's totally fair enough. So I guess we're both recommending Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah, if you're looking for a silly Halloween film with lots of boogers in it.
Honestly, I can't think of a better kids' Halloween film than Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest Scared Stupid is streaming on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure why it's not on Disney Plus. Perhaps Jeff Bezos is just a big Jim Varney guy.
Probably.
He got his money people in the room, and he's like, I want the 007 franchise, and I also want to own Ernest. I don't think he owns it. But he's got it on.
I can't blame him, you know.
I can't blame him either.
He wants Lord of the Rings, he wants 007, and he wants Jim Varney making being a multiple personality.
He's obviously a man of
simpleton.
taste and culture. Ernest Scared Stupid is the 5th film to feature the character Ernest P. Worrell, and the 4th film in the Ernest series following Ernest Goes to Jail 1990. In the film, Ernest unwittingly unleashes an evil troll upon a small town on Halloween night. And one of my favorite details of Ernest Scared Stupid is the film's explanation of Ernest's low IQ. The movie opens in like the late 19th century in Briarville, Missouri, where an evil troll who hunts children is captured by the townsfolk led by Ernest's ancestor, Reverend Phineas Worrell.
Also played by Varney.
Any excuse to have Jim Varney play a bunch of silly characters, I'm for it.
Yeah, right.
The townspeople and the Reverend Worrell seal the evil troll within the roots of a tree, and then the troll vengefully places a curse on the Worrell family, stating that he could only be released on October 30th, the night before Halloween, by a Worrell. And as part of the curse, every generation of Worrell will get dumber and dumber and dumber until the dumbest member of the family is foolish enough to set the troll free.
Okay.
It's kind of funny.
That troll set some pretty specific
Yeah.
rules for himself.
Why would the troll set a date, the only date that it could be released on? That part is kind of confusing.
Yeah, if I was the troll, I'd be like, I'll come back when someone accidentally sneezes. Great. Yeah. I'm back.
And why take so long? Make it happen quicker.
Yeah.
And how is the troll making Ernest's family dumber? Is he just like putting lead in their food? Is that why it takes like 200 fucking years?
Microplastics, Gary.
Exactly. Ernest's testicles are full of microplastics. So yeah, pretty great backstory. Now, of course, Ernest is going to, set the troll free.
Yeah, of course.
But before we talk about the troll and the troll character design, I'd like to touch a little bit on the Eartha Kitt character, Lady Hackmore, who I had remembered as being like a witch, but she's not a witch. She's like a shut-in or a hoarder, and also like an avant-garde metal artist.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like a unique character.
She makes a lot of metal art in her front lawn. And actually, during production, this became a pretty popular spot for people to check out because of all the lawn art.
Interesting. It's a unique character for the former Catwoman actress. She's like a reclusive artist, but also she has info relating to the backstory going back 100 years. I don't really see the connection, but it's a fun character anyways, I guess.
I think the idea was that she was like a sibling to one of the children in the past.
Okay.
Or like, to a number of children in the past who were turned by the troll, who were like captured. And
She's like a survivor from that time.
yeah.
That's kind of weird. It doesn't seem that old.
No. I mean, it doesn't make sense. She'd really have to be like 100 years old by 1993.
Russ, are you telling me that these Ernest films are not based in reality? I thought Eartha Kitt was pretty entertaining, though. It's probably the only like noteworthy performance in the film aside from Jim Varney.
Yeah, sure. It's kind of a weird character for her to play because I think I've only seen her as Catwoman, like you said, and doing the sexy Santa Christmas song. She really needed to be in Ernest's Christmas boner extravaganza.
She had to transition from like hot chick into old chick, I guess, to keep her career going.
So she's like, you know what would be great for my career? I'm a crazy old woman sculptor.
So Ernest ends up releasing the troll while building a treehouse with his elementary school friends, whose parents are way too comfortable with their kids spending large amounts of time unsupervised with the local garbage man.
Yes, but also, to that point, Gary, yeah, first off, why is Ernest, the garbage man, hanging out with kids? He's clearly, he's a stupid man, right? We've established that the troll put a curse on him and his family.
We can assume that.
But now he's very stupid.
Ernest has a pretty low IQ.
Right, and that's not to say he...
Although he's a bit of a savant, really.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, he's able to make these crazy machines like we talked about. And
If anything, it's more like a severe case of ADHD, because he is smart, he can do stuff, but he can't stay focused on a task.
He's all over the place.
Yeah.
He's like 15 different personalities. He's like, Ernest, what do you think? And he's like, I'm going to be a sergeant. And then he's like, bowling. He's just so...
What's the scene where he's like teaching the kid history and he's playing all the different characters?
You need to learn a self-defense lesson from tiny Botswana, that plucky little nation that defeated the giant Ottoman Empire.
And he's like, we're the Ottomans! And then he's like,
Yeah.
I'm the old lady teacher. And this man is insane. If this was a real person...
He's a schizophrenic, autistic man, hanging out with children. And...
Is it just because, like, in 91, we had, like, less of an understanding of autism, so, like, he just was undiagnosed at this point? Or?
I think so. I think he was on the spectrum, because he's very skilled at
he's
some
definitely
things.
on the spectrum.
He's very skilled at some things, but, yeah, just apparently stupid, So, but that said, he is hanging out with kids. They are his best friends. And you say his parents are cool with it, but my girlfriend actually brought that up while we were watching. She's like, why are these parents fine with Ernest hanging out with their kids? But then immediately as soon as she said that, there was like a scene where like a kid comes home and the mom's like, hey, where are you? And she's like, I was hanging out with Ernest. She's like, why are you hanging out with Ernest? You ought not be hanging out with that guy. He's a
47-year-old man.
Garbage man. Yeah, hanging out with kids. He's got multiple personalities, and he's a real...
This is another trope from the 80s, too. It's like the slow guy who hangs out with kids, like Mind of a Child.
Right.
Like in Leprechaun.
The love of a child. You know, all these things, like Ernest has this childlike wonder, but he's really just... stupid.
It was just a more naive time in culture too. This is like before Catch a Predator and before like I guess actually the 90s was when parents started being like, stay away from strangers, they're gonna cut your head off and rape you.
Yeah.
But
really.
yeah, it's just like a more naive time, a better time.
I know. When you could go hang out with the simple garbage man and have a good time.
Yeah.
Chasing down trolls or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, times they are changing, Gary.
The parents are a little bit weary of it. Like there's a scene where they're in the garbage truck with Ernest and they're like ducking down when the dad comes by. Like
and the dad who's the cop is like, hey, get out of there. Don't be hanging out with that psychopath.
Well, if you found your kids hiding in the truck, that would be very suspicious.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
But we're like minds in the gutter, Russ.
Yeah,
this is all Ernest is all on the level. It's all wholesome.
He's a simple, nice guy.
It's not a big deal. So what? Your kid's in a garage with Ernest in a dress. There's nothing wrong with that. He's just learning history.
It's just the 90s.
Now, of course, the evil troll can't actually kill children since this is like a PG-rated movie.
Right.
Instead, he captures the children and transforms them into small wooden figurines.
Yeah, a little toy.
Which I guess also contributes to the troll growing more trolls.
Yeah.
It's like the energy of the kids is making the trolls. Whatever.
Yeah, again, you know, it makes enough sense, but I think they're just throwing shit around. And they're like, I don't know, what happens? He just has to do something. And
it's got to escalate.
It's got to escalate, yeah. So he captures children, turns them into wooden dolls because he can't kill them or eat them or anything scary like that. You know, he'll just turn them into wooden dolls so you can maybe save them later. And, you know, he set these specific rules for himself that he's got to be brought back in 40 years on the 30th. You know, there's just a bunch of like weird, just nonsense in the plot. But again, it works enough to get you through it. And again, it's a kid's movie, so I'm not really looking for something
it gets
logical.
Even weirder because then Ernest realizes how to defeat the troll through an accident. He gets like fucking frozen yogurt on his hands or some shit and scares the troll away.
Yeah.
So I forget there's also a scene where like Ernest goes back to Lady Hackmore's house and he's like looking through some like old book.
Right.
And the pages are stuck together.
Yeah. Which is either troll boogers or Ernest cum. You know?
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So he figures out that the way to kill the troll is through like a mother's care, which then
unconditional love, right? Mother's care.
That becomes part of it. But at first they're like, what's a mother's care? And they think it's like dairy products. And dairy products do repel the trolls.
Right.
So they start attacking them with like milk.
So like mother's milk. You got to get a couple lactating mothers to like go squirt down all these nasty
Yeah, this
trolls.
isn't really mother's milk. This is just cow's milk. But this whole thing with the milk company at the end of the movie is just product placement for a milk company. I think it's Purity Dairy.
I guess you figured out that my own special interest group, Purity Lovers, has rallied in support of me, Ernest P. Worrell, for president. And when I'm living in the White House, Vern, my cabinet will be full of those guaranteed purity products.
Do you think he got like kickback? Like he got like money kickback?
No, I think, it's product placement.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, this movie was also shot in Nashville.
Okay.
It's kind of unique. I mean, I guess they shoot stuff all over the place now.
Right.
But for a thing that was like backed by Disney, it was kind of still weirdly regional.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, right.
Which might be part of why Ernest's like popularity kind of waned. I think there's like a kind of a southern thing to it.
Right.
It doesn't really appeal to the whole country.
Yeah.
Or not anymore.
Yeah, for some reason. I mean, again, maybe it's like the simpleton, but can do all sort of thing. You know, he's got a billion different jobs. He can make a whole machine that like plunges toilets. It'll mess up, but he's able to do it to some degree. And so there's that redneck ingenuity, you know, built into him. And he even has a southern accent, right?
Yeah, he's got an accent.
Yeah.
I don't know where Jim Varney's from. He might be from like New Orleans or something. It's very interesting when you see interviews with Ernest out of character because he's so contrary to the character that he plays in the movie.
Oh, yeah?
He's this very cultured, very intelligent Shakespearean actor.
Oh, no.
And like somehow
Some guy-
his whole career became being a fucking retard.
Yeah, just a real dumbass. Yeah.
And it's so contrary to the guy, and it's just kind of funny.
That's funny.
Oh God, why she would hang on him, as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on. Know what I mean, boy?
We got a little bit off base there, Russ, but we were talking about the ending, right? They figure out the milk kills the trolls, and then they realize it's like he's got to basically treat the troll like a beloved puppy. He has to like give it like unconditional love to kill it. So after the milk thing, then it transitions into like they got to use unconditional love to kill the troll.
So the milk squirting nipple juice on all the trolls pretty much works, except for the main troll with the 2 dick noses pouring boogers. He goes up and he like Super Saiyans or whatever. He like gathers the power of wooden children or something, and he's able to not be affected by milk. So yeah, now it's gonna take unconditional love apparently to take care of him. Yeah. So what were you gonna say about that?
That's it. That's all I was going to say. I thought it was kind of dumb, but it is what it is.
Missed opportunity with this troll.
Yeah.
In this dance sequence, because Ernest at some point got troll love songs. He got like a record of troll love songs, and I really thought he was going to be able to put this on and then make sweet love to this troll.
That would have been quite a turn.
Using the boogers for lube.
Yeah.
Which were actually just made of lube.
Yeah, it does.
On production.
Is that what they used to use, like water-based sex lube?
Yeah, exactly. Methyl cellulose, some lube, and some...
I was disappointed in Peter and Bobby in this movie.
Wait.
You know the 2 guys that are in all the Ernest movies? Peter and Bobby? They were like, they had the store in this one. They're selling him anti-troll shit.
Yeah, right.
They weren't funny at all.
They're the ones who give him the record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're usually like funny in these movies.
They seemed like characters, but yeah, their scenes didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Personally. So
kind of a disappointment.
Missed opportunity to make them really funny.
This movie's fine, but doesn't really make me want to continue down the Ernest filmography.
The Worrell.
I haven't seen Ernest Rides Again, but I have seen the basketball one. I loved that when I was a kid.
I've seen Ernest Goes to Africa.
I've seen clips of Ernest Goes to Africa.
A little bit.
Ernest in
cringy.
blackface is a bit much.
Yeah, it doesn't really work super great. One of my favorite scenes as a kid was, obviously this troll's been disgusting the entire time. He's pouring boogers and he's nasty, and he's Super Saiyan. He's got all these fucking tentacles flipping out or whatever, and so Ernest figures it out, and he essentially like treats him like a little dog. He's like, oh, and then he like dances with this troll, and then the scene ends with him giving the troll a big kiss, and he pulls away, and all this slime comes off his lips, and he goes, ew, like Varney does, and I just remember that being so funny, and it still held up. It was a good scene because he's just so covered in the troll boogers.
Yeah.
Oh, this is disgusting.
Yeah, have you seen this Hoobie Halloween movie? It basically looks like Ernest Scared Stupid with Adam Sandler. I haven't seen it. I've just seen the trailer.
I have not seen it. I have seen the trailer. And Adam Sandler. Hoobie Halloween. I'm Hoobie. One time, I accidentally, as a joke, did that Adam Sandler impression during sex. Boner killer.
With Adam Sandler?
Yeah. We were having sex. Oh, give me that.
You thought you were mocking him? Yeah. He just got out of there.
Come on, give me the sex.
Yeah, because that would be awkward, Russ.
To create images is always a challenge. Digital magic.